Welcome inside Fitness Informant's YouTube channel, fitnessinformant.com. I'm Fitness Informant founder and CEO, Ryan Buckeye. I want to thank you for stopping by to check out our 100% honest, no bullshit review of Top Tier Athletics 8 Hours Deep Sleep Enhancer. Now, this is a category in which I'm passionate about because sleep is super important, and I think people underestimate the power of sleep in terms of gains, because lack of sleep can really affect a lot of different things in your life in terms of adding to stress, cortisol levels, metabolism rate, muscle recovery, and more. So today we're going to talk about 8 hours from Top Tier Athletics on 5 different categories. First, we're going to talk about the ingredient profile and the dosages on this. Second, we're going to talk about the effectiveness. Third, we're going to talk about the taste. Fourth, we're going to talk about the mixability. And then finally, we're going to talk about the value of the product. So let's dive into the ingredient facts panel of this product. We start out with 1,000 milligrams or 1 gram of GABA. Now, GABA has several different functions. One, it does help alleviate, it does help you get to sleep in lower dosages. So anything above 500 milligrams can help induce sleep. The one area in which it actually is going to help promote HGH secretion in your body is going to be between 3 and 5 grams. So this product is not claiming like a muscle building sleep agent, because if it did, we'd have to look at that a little bit more close in detail. So at 1 gram, it's not going to help improve and increase HGH secretion while you sleep, but it should help you get some better sleep. So anything above 500 milligrams should essentially help you relax and chill out, because when you go to bed, really you have to clear your mind, focus on what's important in that sleep, and then fall into that deep REM sleep. GABA helps contribute to that. At 1,000 milligrams, it's going to help contribute to that. It's not going to help contribute to increased overall HGH secretion for muscle building. Second, you have glycine at 1 gram. Now, glycine for sleep disorders is typically dosed between 3 and 5 grams, very similar to GABA in terms of HGH secretion. So it is going to be underdosed here in terms of actually improving the quality of sleep, and for those with sleep disorders like insomnia. At 1 gram, it's nice, but you may need just a little bit more to help you, depending on body size and depending on how you actually react to this ingredient, to help you get a better night's sleep. Tryptophan is used next at 1 milligram. Now, tryptophan, what's interesting about this ingredient is if you overeat, you know we get tired. We typically call it food coma. Now, tryptophan, really what it is it's in meats. So say we eat a big turkey for Thanksgiving, we digest that turkey, that tryptophan within the turkey then is converted into niacin. Niacin is then converted into serotonin, which serotonin is what that does, is actually what puts us to sleep. So this is sort of the precursor to the precursor of the sleep ingredient, or the sleep molecule in our system, serotonin, which is going to help us go to sleep. So actually at 1 gram of tryptophan, that's actually a really good dosage of tryptophan. Anywhere from 1 to 2 grams of tryptophan is going to be a solid dosage. Next, we get L-citrulline at 500 milligrams. So why do we have a nitric oxide boosting ingredient inside of a sleep agent? Well, actually, increased nitric oxide levels help move blood flow and promote your blood flow in your body. So the quicker you can move these ingredients into the system through your bloodstream is going to help you improve and get a good night's sleep. So at 500 milligrams, I'd argue that it's not enough to do anything. You know, looking up different research studies on this in terms of sleep, I still see that you'd want a little bit more to help with that. 500 milligrams, just it isn't a ton overall in general, so I would like to see this dosed higher, like 1, maybe even 2 grams of citrulline. Not enough to just give you a pump before you go to bed, but enough to promote the blood flow, in which is going to help transport these agents throughout your body to help you get a better night's sleep. Next is 500 milligrams of theanine. Theanine is a relaxation/mood enhancing ingredient, typically dosed between 1 and 200 milligrams. So at 500 milligrams of theanine, this is an excellent dosage of theanine. And I like the use of theanine here, because really what happens when we go to bed is we're checking our cell phones, we're checking our texts, we're thinking about work, we're thinking about the work of the day before, and you're just stressed out and you can't focus and clear your mind. Theanine is going to help you clear your mind along with GABA in this situation to help get a clear mind, to relax and hopefully fall asleep. Next, you get 250 milligrams of Phenibut. Phenibut comes from a mushroom source. This is going to be a relaxation agent. So at about 250 milligrams, you can actually take this and be awake, and it helps you focus. In my personal experience, about 500 milligrams to 750 milligrams is perfect for me, but 250 milligrams for a beginner, I think, is the safest bet to go, because Phenibut is a couple things. One, it can really affect people differently. Too much Phenibut can put you into a deep sleep, and you can wake up groggy and weird, but the goal of Phenibut is to not wake up groggy, so you want to go ahead and dose it optimally for you. The second thing with Phenibut is it can be addicting, so you don't want to use this daily and nightly because then you're going to rely on it to sleep. So use this every other night, every 3 days, but don't use it daily. 250 milligrams of Phenibut. There's no clinical studies on Phenibut, but 250 milligrams is a safe, easy bet to start out your dosages of Phenibut, and then from there you can assess your tolerance and go up to 2 scoops, which will give you 500 milligrams of Phenibut if you choose to do so. Then you're going to have Bioperine, which is going to help you with, it's going to help with absorption. You actually have 5-HTP at 200 milligrams and melatonin at 5 milligrams. Melatonin is your typical over-the-counter sleep aid, and 5-HTP at 200 milligrams. It is a lower dosage, but decent enough to help contribute to an overall night's sleep. So in terms of ingredient profile on this product, it's not bad. It's decent. It's not the best I've seen out there. I've seen things, some sleep agents which use actually 3 grams of GABA and using other different ingredients. But melatonin at 5 grams is 5 milligrams is typical. Phenibut anywhere between 250 and 500 I think is safe and sufficient. Citrulline I'd like to see higher. Tryptophan is great. Theanine is great. So an actual really good profile on this sleep agent. And in terms of like, you're probably out there thinking like, okay, so what? Does it work? And the answer is yes, it does work. Now, there's a couple things you want to keep in mind when you take this. Again, don't take it daily because you're going to rely on it. But 2, when you mix it up before bed, you don't want to go ahead and mix it up with like 12 ounces of water because you're going to have to wake up to piss if you do that. So you want to make sure you mix it in a little amount of water because you can still get disruptions in the night. It doesn't mean as soon as you take this, you're out in 15 minutes and you get full 8 hours of sleep. Okay, that's not necessarily the case. There were times where I would wake up in the middle of the night and it would be a struggle for me to fall back asleep. So in most cases, it worked really well, but there were several cases in which it didn't work the best in the world. So I have used other sleep agents where they essentially worked 100% of the time. But I have a higher tolerance to things like Phenibut, so taking 2 scoops of this might be better for me versus for you. But the long story short, this does work, but you just want to use it in a smart manner and not overuse this product and rely on it. In terms of taste, this is sour candy. I always find myself asking, like, why do I want a sour candy before bed? Because to me, it reminds me of like sugar, Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, something that would keep you awake. But obviously it doesn't. So the whole thing here is like, does it taste good? It tastes like sour candy. It goes down clean. Again, I have this in about 4 ounces of water because I think that's the way to do it. So that way you don't have too much water where you're going to wake up and have to pee. And also, caution with Phenibut, if you take too much, you're not going to wake up to pee. You're just going to piss your pants while you're actually sleeping, and we don't want that. So good taste. Here's the scoop size on this. I have 4 ounces of water here in a scoop size. Actually, I have 6 ounces of water here. And the scoop size, I'm actually showing you what the mixability is here on camera because I think it's good for you guys to see this. Again, you shouldn't have to pretty much take more than 3 gulps on this because you want to limit as much water intake as possible right before bed. We'll go ahead and pour it out here. That literally was the entire shaker cup there. That's 6 ounces of water. You can see some minor particles floating around. With most sleep agents, I have found that they don't mix the greatest per se. Like they don't mix like whey protein isolate powder or an amino acid. But this still isn't bad. If you look at the bottom, a few particles that you can see. Obviously, I can't show it to you on camera. Taste. It's not overly sour, so just keep that in mind. If you don't like sour, it's not like, tart sour where you're going to pucker your lips, but it's sour enough to provide a good flavor. In terms of value, this retails for about $37, and we have a link below here for you guys to purchase directly if you want to. It actually comes in just a little bit cheaper than some of the competitive products. Competitive products come in around 40 bucks, but there's different dosages. So I think this is a fair value. I think it's worth the $37 price tag. It does work. It's especially going to be good if you've never used a sleep agent before because you can assess your tolerance on Phenibut because it's dosed on the low end of Phenibut, which is a good thing. Again, if you want to purchase this product, click below. Here we have a link for you to purchase it. Check to see if we have a coupon code to save you a few dollars on this product. Subscribe to our social media channels. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Make sure you check out our podcast, Be Informed, Live Fit, on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and right here at YouTube. And make sure you check out or subscribe to our YouTube video by clicking on the red subscribe now button here below to stay up to date with all of our sleep agent reviews, all reviews across categories, our podcast, and more. And for this full in-depth written review, more reviews, and huge supplement deals, check us out online. We're at fitnessinformant.com.